press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, welcome back to the classroom. We have been discussing about the chapter air around us. See, in the previous class we learnt about the air is present everywhere and we can felt its presence only through the sense organ, and usually the skin only we can sense the presence of air in the surrounding, and air is dissolved in the water as well as the soil. See, air is dissolved in water, so that the dissolved water which is present in the seas, pond, like different lakes, these dissolved water will be utilized by the aquatic organisms which living in the water. See, those organisms which are living in the aquatic life are called as aquatic organisms, which utilize the use of the water which is dissolved in the air is dissolved in the water, and it is utilized by the aquatic organisms living in the water, and there will be different types of fishes, aquatic animals, aquatic plants will be there, and these will be utilized for the respiration purpose. See, for the respiration purpose, these aquatic organisms will be utilized the dissolved air which is present in the water, and in the terrestrial animals will having the different respiratory organs, like human beings having the lungs. Through the lungs only we will respire the oxygen and exhale the carbon dioxide. In the same way, the different aquatic organisms having the different respiratory organs, like gills, and like different for example, in toad or the frog having the skin is a respiratory organ, and like that in aquatic organisms having a different respiratory organ. Through this respiratory organ they will respire the dissolved oxygen which is present in the water. For example, see, in the previous chapter we will learn about the different respiratory organ of a living organisms present in the aquatic life. For example, blowhole which is present in the whale as well as the dolphin, which acts as a respiratory organ, and thereby from this respiratory organ it will respire the dissolved oxygen present in the water, and it will hold the it will hold the air for long time, and this is how the dissolved air is present in the water. And even though the air is dissolved in the soil, also contains the air, and from the soil the roots will be helpful and utilize the amount of oxygen present in the soil for the girth purpose. Girth is nothing but the thickness of the root will be takes place, and it will absorb the dissolved oxygen present in the soil and utilized for the growth as well as the development of the plant. And this is how we can say that air is dissolved in soil as well as the air is dissolved in the water, and which is helpful for the living creature of the earth, like aquatic organisms and different types of organisms which are floating in the water. It is very helpful, and in the soil it will helpful for all plants, so that for growth as well as the development purpose it will utilized. Next we shall move on to the, see, as I told you, air is not able to see but can be felt it, the presence, its presence we can felt it, and air is present everywhere, and air occupies the space, and without air, the place where the air is not present is called as vacuum. See, vacuum is nothing but the place without air is called as vacuum. the place without air is called as vacuum. Is called as vacuum. See, the place without air is called as vacuum. And next we shall move on to the atmosphere. See, what is the meaning of then atmosphere? See, Earth is surrounded by a thin layer. Our Earth is surrounded by a thin layer which extend from many kilometers above the Earth's surface. Extends from many kilometers above the Earth's surface. And this is nothing but the atmosphere. See, atmosphere is nothing but our Earth is surrounded by a thin layer, and thin layer which extends the many kilometers above the Earth's surface. And this is nothing but the atmosphere. See, atmosphere is nothing but a thin layer of air which extends from above the many kilometers above the Earth's surface is called as atmosphere. And atmosphere having the protective blanket or the covering. Protective blanket or the covering. See, atmosphere having the protective blanket or the covering which is helpful to protect the ultraviolet radiation which is coming out from the sun. And these not only the ultraviolet radiation it will stop, but also the various particles which enters into the earth, it will stop. Reduces UV rays and other particles enters into earth. See, atmosphere which helpful for the it is acts like a protective blanket or the covering which helpful for reducing the UV rays, that is ultraviolet radiation from the sun, and also the particles which is enter into the earth, it will stop. And this is one of the function of the atmosphere. And see, we all know that ozone layer. See, ozone is a very protective layer which is formed, which helpful to reduce the ultraviolet radiation which is coming out from the sun to the earth. And these ultraviolet radiation sometimes it will causes the skin cancer and many disorders and diseases will be created, and so that this ozone layer will helpful for us and for all living organisms as a protective blanket. And see, this is all about the atmosphere. See, atmosphere is nothing but a thin layer which extends many kilometers above the earth's surface, and it is nothing but the atmosphere. And atmosphere which acts as a protective blanket or the covering. See, protective blanket or the covering which reduces the UV rays which is coming out from the sun, and other particles which is enter into the earth. Other particles is nothing but the asteroids and meteoroids. These are the particles which it reduces, which comes enters into the earth. And one more concept is the ozone layer. See, ozone layer where it is one of the protective layer which reduces the ultraviolet radiation comes from the sun. and these protective blanket which help us to maintain a balance in the nature. If ozone layer is not here, not there, means we having the many disorder, diseases and many skill allergies and like that etc. Different disorder and diseases will be caused by all living organisms, not only the human beings. It adversely affect the plant as well as the animals, and sometimes it also affect to the aquatic life, and this is all about the atmosphere. See, we know that the mountaineers usually carry the oxygen cylinder when they climb up the mountain. See, usually mountaineers carry the oxygen cylinder when they climb up to the mountain, and because it is very necessary because the amount of air is reduced in the mountain region. Air is reduced in the mountain region, and also when they will go up the air will be very reduced, and sometimes if the mountaineers climb up to the mountain, then the level of oxygen is very low. So that usually the mountaineers which climb up the mountains, they will carry the oxygen cylinder with them, and which helpful for them to respire through the pure oxygen. And if they will not carry the oxygen cylinder, then it is very disorder will be takes place in the body, since the air is not present in that place, that is mountain place, and when they will climb up the mountains, the level of the oxygen will be reduced, and when they will go up, the oxygen level will be very low, and so that they will carry the oxygen cylinder with them, and to respire the pure oxygen, they will carry the oxygen cylinder. So this is all about the atmosphere. And see, in the atmosphere heading we will learn about the atmosphere term. See, atmosphere is nothing but a thin layer which extends many kilometers above the earth crust or the earth surface is called as atmosphere, and atmosphere having the different layers. See, I will draw the diagram here. In our previous chapter, see, in our previous class you will learn about the different layers of the atmosphere. See, that is in 5th standard you learnt about the different layers of the atmosphere. That is one by one I will roughly draw the diagram here to understand the concept more clearly. Okay. So here layers of atmosphere, in which first layer is the troposphere. Second layer is the stratosphere. Third layer is the mesosphere. Next one is the thermosphere. and the last one is the exosphere. See, these are the different layers of the atmosphere, in which first one is the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and the exosphere. See, only I will draw the rough diagram here, and kilometer wise it will move apart from each other, and the first layer is the troposphere, and next one is the stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and the exosphere. These are the different layers of the atmosphere, and usually the atmosphere is present here in this portion, so it will reduces the harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun to the earth surface, and it will reduce the UV radiation which is coming out from the sun. And see, these are the different layers of the atmosphere. Atmosphere is nothing but a thin layer which extends from the many kilometers above the earth surface, and atmosphere acts as a protective blanket which protects the ultraviolet radiation, and usually the mountaineers will carry the oxygen cylinder when they climb up the mountain. That time it reduces the oxygen level, so that it will so that they will carry the oxygen cylinder to respire the pure oxygen, and when they go up, the level of the oxygen will be reduced, and so to neutralize the level of the oxygen, they will carry the oxygen cylinder with them. And this is the layers of the atmosphere, that is troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and the exosphere. Next we shall move on to the components of the air. See, components of the air, as I told you, the air is a mixture of the different types of gases, moisture, dust particles will be present in the air, and one by one we will learn about the different components of the air. Till the 18th century, people thought that air is a only single element, and now the technology has been improving. The scientists and the people will thought that new experiment have proved that it is not really not it is so. Air is a mixture of different types of gases. Air is a mixture of, see, the experiment proved that air is a mixture of different types of gases, and these different types of gases are nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, moisture, other gases and dust particles. See, these are the different components of the air, in which first one is the water vapor. See, once again I will tell you the components of the air. Till the 18th century, people thought that air is one of the single composition of the air was just only one substance. Till the 18th century, people thought that air is a simple substance. See, that is air was just a one substance. Air was just a one substance, but experimentally proved that air is a mixture of different types of gases, like air contains the nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, moisture and other gases, and these are the different types of gases are present in the air. See, these this mixture of the gases will be proved that, experimentally proved that, until the 18th century the people thought that air is a single substance. single substance. And afterwards, when the technology have been improving, and the experiment proved that air is a mixture of different types of gases. And next we shall move on to the water vapor. See, it is one of the component of the air. Water vapor is nothing but the moisture. The air contains the moisture. We have studied that air is having the water vapor. The air, when comes in contact with the cool surface, when the air comes in contact with the cool surface, then the droplets of the water will be formed. Vapor present, it is condensed. Then the vapor condensed, the vapor condenses, and later drops of the water appear on the drop of water appear on the surface. Appear on the surface, that is cool surface. Say water vapor, usually the air contains the moisture, and this moisture, when the air is come in contact with the cool surface, then the vapor of the air condense, and the drops of the water will be appear on the cool surface, and thereby we said to be that air contains the moisture. The presence of water in the air is very important for the water cycle in the nature. Presence of air is very important for to maintain the water cycle in nature. So these are the information about the components of the air. See, in which first one is the water vapor. See, as we all know that air contains a moisture content, and see, this is nothing but the water vapor. Air, when it comes in contact with the cool surface, the vapor condense, and the drops of the water will appear on the cool surface, and thereby we said to that the water vapor will be appear, and the presence of air which helpful in the nature to maintain a water cycle, and water cycle is nothing but the transformation of water to the condensation process, and thereby it comes back to the earth. See, nothing but the water cycle, a cyclic process where the water comes out to the atmosphere through the evaporation process, and thereby it falls into the rain as a condensed form, and later it will forms to the earth again, and this is nothing but the water cycle. And the presence of air which helpful to maintain the water cycle in the nature, and this is all about the components of the air. See, in the today's class we will learn about the atmosphere, the presence of air in the surrounding, that is in the water, how it is useful for the aquatic life, and also in the soil, the presence of air in the soil which helpful for the plants to grow, as well as the development will be takes place. And next we shall move on to the components of the air, in which in this heading we will learn about the different components like water vapor, and say usually the mountaineers will carry the oxygen cylinder with them due to when they climb up the mountain at the peak level, or when they go up, the level of the oxygen is very less, so that they will utilize the oxygen present in the oxygen cylinder, and the pure form of oxygen they will utilize, and so that they will easy for climbing up the mountain. So this is all about the today's class. In the next class we will learn about the another concept of this chapter. Thank you.